Hey there guys, this is Ghost, bringing you yet another update, but this one is special because it's you can say end of the year update. Oh my god, I'm still sick, sort of. Anyway, last year guys, I did exactly the same thing, pretty much me just talking about my experiences throughout the year, and to be honest, I actually recently went over my last update and I listened to myself and I was like, wow, what has changed since then? So at that point I'm like, I'm listening to myself talk, and I say this number that caught my attention. So I went to my channel and I wonder how much of a difference would this update be in regards to numbers. So I went to my front page, looked at my wonderful background, which soon will be changed to something better, hopefully, because it's new year, you know, gotta start fresh, silky smooth. And you know, I looked down and numbers sort of blended in together, and then I was like, oh my god. And yes, it did sound a little gay, but I looked at the numbers and I got really a big wake-up call, because last year around 29th, maybe 30th of December, I did an update about my experiences, and I said a very good quote that I make machinima for 7 people. And at that point I did have already 250 subscribers or something like that, and I did have about 25,000 views. So I thought that would be my wake-up call, but I persisted, saying that it's a fluke, and I mentioned that my first video ever made almost 2,500 views, which was episode 1. That didn't really change much from then, but yeah, I kind of did. But I looked down on my upload views, my channel views, my subscribers, and the age of the channel. Look down at the comments below and at all the linked channels, people who you want to check out. I looked at the video count, and I sort of got this little nostalgia feeling of, oh my god, I wish it was a year ago. I wish I could go back in time and just stick with that, because it was so much simpler back then, because my responsibilities were low. I wasn't pressured to do anything, and I did everything fast. I did everything in under a month because I was a voice actor. And I look now, and I can just imagine that a year ago I would think that my upload views would be about 50,000 and my subscriber count will be maybe like 300. But looking at this right now with 630,000 views and 2,067 subscribers and around 80 videos, which like 20 of which got deleted, I now understand that my responsibility to those 7 people kind of grew about 1,000%, or whatever the number is, into 2,067 responsibilities all at once, and that's just super duper amazing. And I will definitely say this, as I always say this, I still do machinima for only 7 people, even if those people no longer watch it. I still do it for them because they deserve it. They put work in it, even though lately there was no work put from them at all. But I keep my tradition into giving them appropriate credit, and I put it in every single of my machinimas. Always dedicated to Honor Guard Society on Bungie.net, and that definitely not gonna change. But what did change is just the plethora of this attention, which I did not expect to get at all, because people hate elites, people can't stand elites, people always prefer to follow some super duper Spartan soldier and make sure he never dies, and if he does die you have to bring him back. And I was like, wow, I'm warms my heart right here. So to summarize what happened in year 2011, it started off very nicely, pretty much. Episode 7, even though it was done in 2010, I consider this as a start of 2011, a strong start of 2011, the beginning of a new era. And to be honest, in the past year, so in 2009 and 2010, I believe, I did 6 episodes, which was season 1. and counting episode 7 as part of 2011, I did 7, 8, 9. So I did 3 episodes, so half as much episodes. However, combined length of those episodes was about, I don't know, about 2 season 1s. So twice as long and pretty much twice as badass. I introduced probably my best set of characters ever, and I'll be honest with you guys, Raptor Squad was meant to be for 1 episode. They were not meant to be forever. They were meant to be expendable, and I really planned to throw them out after that episode, because all it was introduction of how Legion works and who they are. Wasn't anything except that. That's all it was. And I don't know why, but I guess I owed it to the voice actors who participated in the episode to make sure and keep them in it and continue using them and continue these characters. And I'm glad I made that choice, because I by far love Raptor Squad, and I'm the one who wrote them, and I'm just like wowed by what the hell I did, because I did not plan on doing all this stuff. And in all honesty, I can say that episode 7 was probably the birth of my awesomeness. But you know what? Started with episode 7, a simple operation. Continued with episode 8, which was an amazing character building experience for me. Many of you know, and I hope all of you understand by now, that I hate action. I hate it with passion. I hate it when half of machinima is action. I can't stand it. To me, that's like I don't even know what to say. I just hate when action is the emphasis. I like story. I love a lot of dialogue. I like a lot of character development, because I love getting attached to characters. I don't like the characters' badassness based on their fighting abilities or whatever you might say. And that's probably why I don't like comedies either, because I never get attached to people in comedies. Even in Red vs. Blue, the only person I really cared for is Sarge, and it's not because he's kind of the badass. It's because I feel sorry for him, because he is this very dysfunctional guy, and he has so much problems in his head, and I just feel sorry for him. That's why I love Sarge. That's it. No one else that I care for. Okay, fine, maybe Caboose, because he's an idiot. So you can see I always like the 2 characters that have problems with their heads, because if they have problems, there's an interesting situation that can happen with them, and I get attached to them. Everybody else, to be honest, I can't say who the hell is Griff, and I can't say who the hell is Simmons. They have different colors, I know that. I know Griff is a jerk, and Simmons is like the smart guy. And then you have these other guys on the other team. I don't even remember their names. So that's to show you how much attention I have per whatever. But that being said, that's why my justification for not liking comedies. I also hate zombie machinimas. That's why I never attempted to do them, because to me, it's really weird. I can understand when there is a guy having an empty energy sword in his hand, and I understand that he's a civilian or a person without a weapon, but I can't see a zombie as a Spartan or a guy in the armor holding a sword. I just can't get my head bent over that. I don't know why. To me, a zombie is something gruesome, something dying, something decaying, something slow. And that's why I hate the recent zombie movies, because zombies are all so fast and they jump around and whatever. To me, that's kind of ew. What's supposed to be fast and not cumbersome are skeletons. Guys who are in fantasy will know that zombies are always slow and skeletons are always fast. I love skeletons. Like, I love Heroes of Might and Magic, not the recent ones, because the latest one is crap. And the 5th one was crap. The 4th one was crap. I just can't stand them. 3rd one, that's where it was. That's where the game was at, and I loved skeletons. I had an army of excess of 50,000 skeletons on a big map, and oh, jizz in my pants. Anyway, back to the year at hand. And this episode 8, I really did work on it, and there was no action at all except in the end. And it was all talk and all that, and I loved it. And then I screwed up with episode 9. I just had to screw it up. I couldn't keep it simple. I couldn't have it infiltration, assassination, extraction. That's what it was supposed to be. It was to be everybody gets in the base, kills their target, Bat comes in a Falcon, saves them, bye-bye. No, I had to put in a huge ass battle scene inside the facility, outside the facility, outside the facility again, inside facility, and then through the freaking sewers. And I was like, did I just do that? Don't I hate action? Why the hell did I do that? And then as I thought over it, I'm like, wait, it wouldn't be logical, because let's see, military base should have some sort of high-tech security system. Okay, so let me do this. Alright, so Sai will infiltrate the base. How is he gonna do it? Wait, it has to make sense. Alright, so Bat. In episode 8, Bat has a friend on the planet side, so he can help him with the codes. Alright, codes. But he needs the armor. Alright, so let's put an engineer into a pumping station. Let Sai knock out an engineer, take his armor. Let Bat or Rax or whoever input the codes. Sai will be ready to go into the base. Alright, awesome. Then I had to, oh wait, what am I gonna do with an engineer? What is a logical thing to do for a mercenary? Kill the freaking engineer. Kills the engineer. Oh my god, I thought people would get pissed about it. Here, somebody who's supposed to be a hero kills a helpless engineer. People didn't get it. Alright, so I'll probably have to develop who Legion are more and more and more. So that'll be done later on. Alright, so fine. So Bat is still in the ship, he's unloading. So he's out of the scenes for now. We have Bat there. Sai is already on his way to the base. We have Boss and Rax. What am I gonna do with them? Alright, so I wanted one person to be in the sewers. Let's make it 2. But let's make it fun. So how am I gonna make it fun? Oh wait. How about we do something awesome? A flooded pathway. Alright, so how are they going to reunite? Alright, so collector center. Something that collects both weapons there. Let's do a few killings on the way. Let's show some more gruesomeness. Alright, so a guy about to retire, his last shift, his last day on the job. How about we kill him? And alright, I killed him. So what would a mercenary say to a dying soldier who, and at the same time, develop the character? Alright, so let's make a funny quote about, like, cheesy. It wasn't really cheesy. Actually, it wasn't a cheesy quote. I like the quote. Let's make that quote. Alright, made the quote. People, please understand. I hope I'm like in my mind. People, please understand this. Yes, understand this. Nobody got it. Alright. Damn it. And I went to watch his comments. Everybody focused on his death, and I was like, fine, I'll make it all about his death now. But anyway, I'm sort of summarizing. That's what I wanted to do for the special series I had in mind, but let's just focus on that. So Bat comes in with the hugest tank. Sai goes through the base. Everything makes logic. There's security. There's checkpoints. Obviously, I'm big on that stuff. I hate inconsistency. So, and there was absolutely no inconsistencies. The reason why they didn't die, why Bat is so badass, why the tank is so badass, why Boss is so badass. Simple. They're super soldiers. They're not Master Chief class super soldiers, quote unquote. They're better, but there's a reason for it. It'll be developed later on. If you watch Chronicles, you'll understand it all. So, I'm like, what would be a good cliffhanger? Originally, who was supposed to die was Bat. He was supposed to be shot down from the sky upon extraction, and then the squad goes berserk and kills everybody. But then Bat should come back with something else, like, hey guys, yeah, I survived somehow, and that would probably explain how. But I mentioned, like, wait, in episode 8, didn't I do something with a ghost? Oh yeah, Penelope, that unknown girl. I'll do something with her. So what would be a good nice? I really don't want to put her on the good side. I don't want to put her on the bad side. You know what? I'll put her on the bad side. Wait, what really is the bad side? Who's the bad guys? Are the bad guys the guys who defending a military base because it's their job? Or the bad guys are the ones who trying to kill people inside it? Oh my god, decisions. So I'm like, let them decide who's good or bad. That's not my job. It's their job, the viewer's job. And I'm like, you know what? Let's make something epic. Let's take me out of equation because I'm probably getting tired of this voice acting shit. And I'm like, you know what? Let's kill Boss. Let's just kill him. A sniper shot, chin in the heart. He should be dead. And boom. That was supposed to be the end. The moment the shot goes off, you see them run in. That was supposed to be the end of episode 9. But then, as I did that, and I did the final scene when they run up to him, I'm like, wait.
Take a look.
Wait. what can I do to make it more interesting and more character developed, so that way I can develop another way characters. Maybe see them more in a humane light as opposed to killers. So let's have Boss not die from the first shot. Let's have a little speech. Let's say the last goodbyes, and then I'm gonna end it. I'm like, damn, there's gonna be a good ending. And I was like, all right, let's do it. So I did that. Obviously, I had extra lines done beforehand just in case, but I was pondering whether to do it, and I'm like, all right, whew. Wait. I just make him the most badass character in the freaking series, and he dies for one sniper shot. No. He's not dead. He was pretending because he had to save those guys because he knew the reinforcements were coming. He knew that something bad is coming their way, so they really had to defend. So that being said, I decided to give it sort of this. It wasn't meant to be epic, even though people mention it being epic, but it wasn't meant to be epic. It was meant to be emphasizing the character of Boss, like this final straw that I wanted to plug into the character to tell you what and who he is, and to explain with this gesture, with this one simple action of sacrifice, what it means to be part of the Legion and what it means to be a Cerberus unit, and most importantly, what it means to be Boss. So I had a little duel. Obviously he won because actually he hates swords ever since the end of the Covenant War. That's why he doesn't use them, because pretty much he thinks they're obsolete, and they are. And you know what drives me nuts at times? These machinimers that overuse the swords for elite. First of all, not every single blue or red elite had a sword. Only elites who got swords were like high-ranked officers, right? Only high-ranked officers got swords, not simple grunt soldier. And by grunt soldier, I don't mean grunts, I mean grunt soldier. Somebody who's cannon fodder. And believe me, elites were cannon fodders. And actually, it's a funny thing. I had an argument with this guy. I did one of my Vita de Militis, and he complained that I killed zealots way too fast. I hate when people base statistics of a soldier based on a video game where enemies supposed to escalate in hardness. Minor, major, what is it? Oh, minor, major. I'm talking about Halo 1. Minor, major, stealth, zealot, right? That was the ranking. And zealot had the hardest shield, he had the sword, he was pretty much a mini boss. And I hate when people base that. It's a freaking game. The characters, the enemies, they're supposed to be badass. They're supposed to get harder. Who the hell states that elite zealot shields supposed to be freaking impenetrable? Let's take a look back at Halo Wars. The Arbiter in Halo Wars had no shields at all, and I explain to you why. In the final fight between him and the sergeant guy take out his freaking pistol and shot the Arbiter's hand so he would drop the sword. There was no shields involved at all. So how about you people who are so Halo Canon butt cracked? Take a step back and realize that I'm the director and I choose and decide how tough people are. And if a professional shipmaster soldier, which was Boss in his Covenant career, zealot, is so professional, he knows how to take down the other two, probably greenhorn zealots and a ship's commander, then he can do it. Because by fact of nature, a more superior soldier will win the fight no matter the odds. You give Sherlock Holmes a tank against an army of 10,000, he will win because Sherlock Holmes is badass, if you've seen the latest movie. Anyway, once again going off tangent here. So I really wanted to show this. I wanted to develop him through this battle, through this thing, through this execution. And I guarantee you, he is dead. That's why he's too close off power, which will be explained once again later on. He is dead. Again, he was dead once before. Actually, if you count it, he was dead 3 times. I'm not spoiling anything, but he was dead 3 times. Apparently, he brought back once. I don't know how. Second time, he was saved by the Legion, and third time, he died. He died in the field, so his body couldn't be recovered. It was left there for Nelson to gloat over. So yeah, that was the end of episode 9, and I started working on episode 10. The script was written, but I'm yet to release it. Release it. But summarizing more of 2011, I had this idea, and these are like recent things done in the past quarter of the year, which is 3 months before the New Year's. It was my Vita de Militis and my Chronicles series. This all came really spontaneously. I did not plan on it. The Chronicles started very funny. I went over some old trailers just for fun of it because the VGAs were coming up, and I stumbled upon a Gears of War 2 trailer, which was Rendezvous with Death, and I fell in love with the poem, and I'm like, oh my god, first of all, the trailer was amazing. Maybe I could do something like that with Halo. And my original thought was to recreate the trailer within the Halo series, just like a spoof, just something funny for you guys to enjoy. But at the same time, a very amazing voice actor, Jason Axelrod, has contacted me, and I've never been contacted by what I believe to be a professional voice actor, because he's really good at what he does. And I'm like, wait, what if I combine the two? How about I just do a little test for his voice acting? I know he's great, but how about I just do my own little test? So I gave him to read this poem. I also gave the poem to read to Brendan Coy, which voices the new hero in episode 10. Guys, just wait. I don't know how you're gonna take it. I'm loving episode 10 more than episode 9 because that's my style of machinima. But anyway, also gave it to Brendan Coy. Unfortunately, Brendan Coy did not cut the voice acting character for this character that I wanted him to act, but he's still an amazing voice actor. So Jason Axelrod got the role, and I'm like, oh my god, this sounds so good. I can make something with it. And then I realized, what about if I reintroduce the character of Garst, Commander Garst from episode 1 of Elites of War? And I'm like, I don't want to make it a machinima. I mean, I want to make it a machinima, but I want to make it something different. So what I did was take this poem, and it fits so well with the character. Yes, cherry blossoms, whatever. You can guys complain about that a lot. Who said there's no cherries on St. Helios, and who said there's no blossoms on St. Helios? You don't know that. I'm the director, so once again, I control the universe, and I said there are cherries or some type of fruit that reminds me of cherries. And considering that it's being translated from his native tongue, and he does speak English, so for the rest of us, presumably his audience, which is probably his speech of some sort, tried to explain it. So I'm like, oh my god, let me do this. So I will actually explain to you what that episode stood for. Oh my god, I'm a genius. So first shot we see, and I'm not looking at it right now, pretty from memory. I don't remember everything though. First shot we see the Banshee, an elite walking through it. The Banshee's fallen, it's upside down. So whoever was flying that Banshee is also fallen. Everything is symbolism. So it's a fallen soldier, fallen elite. He stumbles upon two corpses. He looks at them. They're the same. Yes, it's an elite corpse and a human corpse, but it's a corpse. They're dead. There's no difference between the two. He looks at the weapons at hand. He sees a Covenant weapon, and he sees a human weapon. And he picks up a human weapon. Shows defiance. So it's a fallen elite soldier who defies his faith, who defied his nature, who defied what he stood for before. So he's a traitor now. So he's a fallen elite traitor who defied. And then you see him go up the hill. It represents the rise of him. So he was fallen, he was broken, but he risen above it. He once again stands on top, and he looks over this battlefield, this symbolic battlefield between two sides, a human side and an elite side. It represented the human Covenant war and tension after it. And I really wanted you to understand this constant fighting, and you have to listen to the poem because it fits so well. Rendezvous with death. He's not afraid to die. He's willing to take this leap of faith to do this action that has not been done before by anybody, not on this scale. So he plunges himself into the battle, but he's not fighting anybody. He walks through every single the shot, through every single grenade, tank, and a mortar round, through the every bullet. He's unscratched, and this symbolizes his superiority. Said he can't be touched, that he's protected. Someone is protecting him. Maybe it's his will, maybe it's his strength. And then you see the convergence of the both sides. They see it, they feel it, They understand him. They hear his message that he's saying by walking through this hell. And they join him. And then you see him walking with an army behind him of humans and elites combined. Unity. A fallen elite warrior who defied his faith, who was not afraid of death, walked through hell, and united those that were fighting. So now you see this alliance, this conglomerate of humans and elites. But they're just soldiers. They're not presidents, they're not hierarchs, they're not counselors. They're simple soldiers, soldiers who were following orders to die. And then you see him rise over the hill with the army. Now it's a bigger hill he rises, but he's not rising it alone. There's another elite by his side. Even though that's not really what happens, because that elite technically with him in the war as well, and they know each other pretty well. It's John. Yes, it's John, not John. It's John, G-A-N. But now he's with this army behind him, and his last words are, "I will not fail that rendezvous," which means he's gonna find death and he's gonna defy it, because that's what he is. And that's what I wanted to bring out in that Chronicles. It was Chronicles 1, called First Legionnaire, because that's the founder of the Legion, and he's still alive, obviously, duh. He's not gonna die. And nobody understood it. Everybody, I had comments and complained, "What the hell is this?" And you know, stuff like that. But then there were people who got the gist of it, liked the poem, liked the representation, and you know, that warms my heart because people understood it to some point. But here you go, I just explained to you what it meant. To summarize, it was a fallen elite soldier who was betrayed by his higher-ups, who defied their faith, who risen above it, who united simple soldiers under his banner and risen above to be a superior force. That's what it is. That's who Garst OMEL is. That's probably the main character of season 1 and as well as the series. So here you go, explanation. Wow, running to 27 minutes. I wonder if it's gonna be long. I don't know if you're gonna watch it, but if you're interested or not. And that's how the Chronicles series started. And then I really focused on the character of Garst. And this all is before the events of Elites of War episodes. It goes like this: Chronicles, Elites of War, and in between all of that, scattered around, is Vita de Militis. So Chronicles 1, Chronicles 2 was about the first human, quote-unquote human, because that was a symbolic representation of what happened. Well, this is actual events. So Rico was Gregory Rico was the first human to join the Legion, and then you had episode the part 3 of it, which was Chronicles 3, which represented pretty much the ruthlessness of the Legion and how they work. At that point, there were much more humans in the Legion and a lot of elites. It was all recruited. It was right after the war. Chronicles 2 takes place a few weeks after the war, and Chronicles 3 would take a month or 2 after the war. Actually, 2 months after the war. That's where it takes place, and there'll be more, I promise. And Vita de Militis just came with me practicing my voice acting, so I just wrote something to practice myself, to practice the voice, and it came out really good, so I decided to voice it. And originally it was supposed to be a segue into episode 10, you know, to guys to let you feel the character, but I got a good response from it. I got 1,000 views or so. People liked it. I'm like, hey, why not I make more of it? So I did. I made some more of it. I made 2 more, and people fell in love with it. They like the style. I love the style because it's a story. It's pure storytelling. It's no effects, nothing. It's just pure storytelling. That's the way I like it, and I'm just glad people liked it as well. And that's pretty much it. So actually, in essence, I made 9 pieces of work across the board in this past 2011. I think that's a good number for me as a hobby. And yeah. So this was pretty much 2011 for me. Yay! Met some great people, made some good friends, made a lot of enemies. People, there's one thing that I don't tolerate is ignorance. Everything is in the films. If you have a question, it should be something that is not in the film. I can't stand when people ask something about the film. I just can't stand it. It just drives me nuts. Another thing that I would like to explain, not to badger or bash, explain. Elites of War, the character of Boss Tikan Gan, was made in late 2010. Rise of the Spartans was made in mid-2011. Yes, Boss is in Elites, in Rise of the Spartans. His name is Raptor. His nickname is Raptor. His real name is also used. Events of Rise of the Spartans take place during the Human Covenant War. So, allegedly, this is the background story for Boss. Now, I hate when people ask, is this the same character? Because the voice actor is the same, and the name is the same. You just answered your own goddamn question. Why should it drives me nuts. And it drives me nuts when, listen, every voice actor has their own accent. I have an accent. Jason Exelon has an accent. Arbiter has an accent. Everybody says the name differently. Someone says Tikan. Someone says Tikan. Someone says Tikan. Someone says Gani. Someone says Gani. Someone says Gani. There's a lot of different ways of saying it. And I'll say the same thing. I give an example. I call my friend George. His mom calls him Jorge. Why? Because she's Mexican or Spanish speaking. He doesn't mind when I call him George. He doesn't mind when his mom calls him Jorge. I don't mind when somebody calls Tikan. I say Tikan occasionally. It's Tikan. According to Jason Axelrod, the actor of of Firelight. I call him Tikan because that's what it is. It's T and K-A-N. Tikan. It's not T-Can. It's Tikan. Short T. I mean, honestly, I'm an immigrant. So even if I don't say something right, I have a proper excuse. And I don't think you, my friends, have excuse for not understanding English. Or at least understand that America is multinational, multicultural, there you go, country. So yeah. So that being said. So yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, continuing with the point behind my little ranchy rant. That is what it is. It's his official background story. I put the fate of my character into Arbiter's hands. And I fully trust with it because so far every single line fits the character very well. Actually, when he first approached me with that, I was skeptical. I was kind of, hey, voice actor for a big director. Hey, why not? Well, but then I read the lines. I'm like, wow, this actually depicts Boss's character extremely well, especially the first script he sent me over of him. It was like short lines and whatnot, but then part 4 and part 5 really did bring out this bossy attitude that I put into him in Elites of War. So I was extremely pleased with how it turned out. I extremely love this richness in the background story. He might be a little bit too religious for now, but I completely understand that because in Elites of War, religion pretty much outlawed in the Legion. Because it was conglomerate, it was a mutual understanding that it was a religion that caused all the problems. And I'm not saying anything considering religion here on Earth right now, but in the Covenant terms and the Halo terms, religion is very, very bad. It drives people to do things that would destroy the universe and so on and so forth. So yeah, a little bit too religious for me for now, but I enjoy the lines. It makes sense. He's not blind or like adamant like Kalos or Firelight or that Ragath guy. Yeah. So overall, everything is a-okay. I once again to note, I hate when people ask me about that. It's pretty obvious. It's self-explanatory. My name is there in the credits, and you know the name of the character, and you hear the voice, and the voice is the same. I made sure that I don't do any other Elite voices ever. Just make sure that I know how to do Boss's voice, because in episode 7 and 8 the voices are slightly different, the pitch is a bit off, but ever since episode 9 the voice has been stable and I've been having fun with it, and I know how to do it really well, even though this was fake. It wasn't really how he sounds like. He's more like,
my name is Tikan Gan and I'm a Legionnaire. My squad is Raptor Squad. Psy, Bat, Rex. I've lost many soldiers in the course of this war, but I know the Legion will prevail. We will take over this galaxy and destroy it in the process.
So yeah, here you go. This was like quick edit. I don't have my setup for professional voice acting right now. I'm just holding my microphone to my face. My dampener is not here. My little box is not there, so I'm not set properly. And this was a quick edit, but this is what the boss sounds like. If you hear those sounds, that's because my microphone was relatively close to my face, and it's very, very good. So even if I speak on lower tone, it's gonna be spiking a lot. So yeah, once again, not set up right, but that's what he is, you know. That's boss, and he likes stuff like that. There was angry version of him. I really don't like doing funny versions of him. There are some normal lines, you know. I try to mix in comedy and action and then drama, everything all together. I've tried to make it a TV series, trying to get people interested, trying to get people in it, and so on. And I thought that episode 9 was just epically ended. And I forgot to mention when I was describing episode 9, the entire trial, you didn't hear all of it. You just heard the ending part of it. But technically, Raptor Squad was tried for treason at some point in before, because technically speaking, that contract that they did, they kind of fluked it, they failed it. Even though they got the information that the higher-ups regarded, they killed their targets, but they exposed themselves way too much. They got themselves on the footage, they got themselves captured everywhere in the facility, so that wasn't really good for them. And you must understand this. The reason why I don't explain this is I believe it's self-explanatory. It's something simple that you can just imagine in your mind. I do not chew things out for my viewers. I do not. What I'm doing right now is actually chewing it out, but I'm actually doing it in a format that I enjoy. Comments wise, I'm a dick, I'm a prick, I'm an asshole. I do not like ignorant comments. I just can't stand them, and I'll be as pricky, as dicky as I can. People assume that you're the viewer and you're the god. In some regards you are, but your godness only lasts for so long. At some point I will look at you and say, who are you? Why are you complaining? Can you do better? I don't understand. What? You don't like something that gives you the right to complain about it? What are you, a professional critic? I don't think so, buddy. Just get the fuck out of here. And I completely honest with these people. People who post smart comments I love so much. I know them by heart. I have a list actually. People whom I don't like, I know by heart as well. And I know them by heart so much that I bug them on every little thing, no matter what it is. It might be something honest, something fair, but I will treat them like trash. Because if you talk to me in person, I'm very nice. If you would have asked the same question in person, I would have laid you off in such a nice manner that you wouldn't even think of me being mean. But on comments, when I type it out, the ignorance just sometimes drives me nuts. Anyway, I'm going way over my time limit. I wanted to keep it to 20 minutes. Now it's going to 40. In any case, there it is. I'm working on episode 10 very hard. I am working on episode 10 very, very hard. I got about 10 minutes done. Once again, just to tell you who's gonna be the voice actors, quote unquote. You have Maria Raliuga. I swear I said it wrong. I'm gonna check it out right now because I can't say her name wrong. She's like my precious. So her name is Maria. Where are you? Oh, there you go. I was right, Maria Raliuga. She's the voice actress for Penelope. Hello, Penelope. You also have Brendan Coy, who's gonna be voice acting a new guy. I'm in there, yay! But I'm not the new guy. I'm nobody. I'm like I take minor roles. You're definitely gonna hear from Corrupted, who's voiced Rico. You're probably definitely gonna hear from Jason Axelrod, and I have a few new voice actors that trying out. One of them is actually, I can tell you his name. Oh my god, he's very fine. He's very behind. Oh yeah, David Hernandez, I think. Is it? No, I don't think it's David Hernandez, but I did use him for my Chronicles a little bit. No, I swear it's David. I just checked in my script. I have it right here. I'm such a resourceful guy. And yep, David Hernandez. That's gonna be another new guy. He's gonna be only for episode 10, but he actually did a pretty good job. I like the way he did it. Have some quirks with it, but good job. I'm not gonna tell you who Maria's voicing because it's secret. Obviously, some cool characters will be back and better than ever. Yeah, and that's about it. That's about it. Actually, yeah. No, I'm not gonna tell his name, you guys. That's kind of no. Never. In any case, yeah, definitely more Chronicles are coming up. I actually sent a script to Jason Axelrod to review. I really like his input. He's helping me a lot, and I actually want to see how he likes it. He's not helping me with the script, but he's looking over it. He tells me his opinion, and I take it in consideration because as a voice actor, he's very important as well. Definitely gonna see more Vita de Militis. I'm actually slacking on it. I already made up a script for it. For this part, gonna open up more history behind how he survived, or something like that. Wink, wink. Chronicles, actually, 2 episodes of Chronicles are ready and scripted. In terms of script, you will find out more about Gregory Rico. I really do not like that he's being underwatched. Gregory Rico is the most important. Okay, fine. He's one of the main and most important characters and members of the Legion. He is actually the entire reason for why Raptor Squad exists. Does that matter? He's the entire reason to why Legion is so superior. Yeah, I know it's called Elites of War, and yet I'm putting so much emphasis on a human, but Elites of War has double meaning, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. But yeah, Colonel Gregory Rico is badass. You have no clue how badass he is. You might have seen him only in episode 8 and Chronicles 2 and 3, but he's badass. I'll tell you right now, I make him badass. If I don't make him badass, I'm gonna kill myself. In a figuratively speaking terms. Anyway, so we're wrapping up because we're already, oh my god, 42 minutes. I'm just nuts. Once again, guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for staying with me. I would like to thank all of my subscribers, all of you guys, viewers who's watching this. I know not a lot of you gonna watch this, and I feel like I'm wasting my time. You're gonna see some footage of Skyrim probably playing in the background because that game takes a while. And hey, maybe some of you will like it, maybe some of you won't, whatever. But hope this was more or less informative. Just in case you guys didn't get it, the chronology goes: you really want to watch season 1 first to get a grip of what Elites of War is about, no matter how crappy it is. You definitely would want to watch season 2 up to the episode 9 to get a better feel, to get who's the main characters now, to get more involved with it. Then you would definitely want to watch Vita de Militis if you liked Boss a lot and you want to hear more of him, you want to hear his background a bit more. I suggest you watch Rise of the Spartans, and I suggest you watch Vita de Militis, because Vita de Militis is probably what you're gonna love if you love Boss. And finally, you really want to watch Chronicles because that's the history of Legion overall, and you would definitely meet my main guy, the guy who I love and who I created, the first character who I created, Garst, the Commander Garst of the Legion. If you love Jason Axelrod like I do, you will enjoy every single line he says. You will enjoy the overall feeling of those, because those are not standard machinimas either. Those are more gruesome ones, because I love making those things gruesome, because Chronicles is all about this blood and money. Chronicles is blood and money. I mean, Elites of War in general, the main story arc is about blood and money too. Once again, Legion is a mercenary group, so if they have to kill a child, they will kill a child. The problem is that Raptor Squad is sent to missions that are so dangerous that they get paid millions and millions of credits for it. Like, if you need to assassinate a president, that's who you send. And if you need to assassinate another president, that's who you send. And if you need to start a civil war, that's who you send. If you want to stop a civil war, that's who you send. Raptor Squad is the top tier, and believe me, they are not the most badass yet. I have someone else in mind who is even more badass, and you'll get to meet him pretty soon. So yeah, guys, once again, thank you for joining me. I know it's a long one. Hopefully I'll be able to upload it into one part. Thank you. Peace out. Have a nice day. I'm gonna go back to editing episode 10 and playing a little bit of Skyrim for this thing. Thanks, guys. Peace out.